Hello, everybody. Okay, I'm just using the microphone because I think it's cool and because I have it and because whatever. Anyway, so I will never ever do a get ready video with me ever because literally you just saw my get ready video. That's what I would do. I wear my earrings, put on my necklace, shake my hair out a little bit just to make sure that it's aligned. Put some lip balm on, put on my glasses, and then I'm ready to go. This is an indoor type of day, which is why my robe is on. Anytime I'm leaving my house, this is how I dress. So I don't want to present a front where you think that I am not what I am. This is just who I am, what I am. So anyway, welcome to my first episode, my first video, my first published something on YouTube. I finally decided that I'm just going to start this YouTube channel. You understand? Because I've had so many evolutions of I want to start a YouTube channel and then I'll kind of start one and then I'll delete the video or make it private. And I've just have put so much pressure on myself. Oh, I want to be successful on YouTube. I want to make money on YouTube. Or there's lots of, all these fantasies, I'm just what? Whatever. Who cares? I'll make money or I won't make money. It'll be successful or it won't be successful. But I really want to do it now. So why not just do it, right? So that's what it is. I'm just let's go. So anyway, welcome, beautiful people, exciting humans, marvelous, gorgeous, amazing personas. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Every week I'll try to say something beautiful that will elevate your spirit and my spirit because I feel like we don't complement each other enough, But anyway, this first YouTube channel, this first YouTube video, let me say, I think I want to do something very different. I've been doing a lot of facilitating situations, and I feel like instead of doing just the introductory, my name is, let's do kinikon, I'm just going to do a community guidelines type of thing, right? So I have a couple of guidelines that I've brainstormed so that when you come on the channel, okay, this is what to expect, this is what to receive, this is what we're going to be doing here, this is how we're going to move in this space. So you're not just coming here just thinking, what's she about, what's she doing? You don't need to you just need to understand okay, the guidelines will show up every episode. I'm going to put a quick wave of thing that will these are the guidelines, and then when we start the channel you will just know that, and then the more you come, the more you will know it, and then the more we'll just vibe with each other. Because I feel let's be very, very honest, YouTube can be a really toxic space. People have sorts of things to say about the content that you put out, what they want you to put out. People start to get all kinds of ideas of telling you how to live your life. So that's one of the things that I'm very anxious about YouTube about. It's I never want to come on here and become changed or become traumatized by comments on YouTube, positive or negative. I feel like people talk about negative comments and how they can kind of be the thing that really bothers people, or the thing that really gets people stressed out. But I feel like the stock you put in positive comments is the same stock you put in negative comments, and one just affects you more. So I'm not going to get my validation from you guys saying oh, I love your video, I think you're really pretty, I think all these things. I have to believe that in myself, and then what you guys say is what you guys say. What you guys say cannot define me, whether it's positive or negative. So if somebody says I love your video and I'm oh my gosh, yeah, thank you, da, 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 and I'm getting my validation from that, then if somebody comes and says, oh, I hate your video, then don't you get it's not worth it to take what other people say and make it a factor in what my life becomes, because you guys don't know me. You see content and you see an aspect of my life and what I choose to show you, but you don't know me as a full human being in multiple facets. So you shouldn't be able to make decisions that define who I am and what I choose to do, right? So I feel because I watch a lot of YouTube, right, and I see how they just struggle with comments, and that's one of the things where I'm I don't want to put out a YouTube video or be really famous, because I'm people just feel obligated to your life, oh, because you share stuff in the public forum, your life is now exposed to public scrutiny. People now feel they can just be saying whatever they want to say about you. And a lot of the YouTubers that I never wanted to be famous, right? A lot of the YouTubers that I follow, religiously, I watch all of their videos, I'm very subscribed. I don't comment. I'm one of those people who you will never ever see a comment on a video or posting, Instagram, TikTok, any of those things. By the way, I'm not on TikTok, so if you're expecting that kind of thing, here is not the place to be. Like, I don't post on people's comments, like, unless I know them, like, in real life personally. Like, my friends that, like, we lived together or we went to school together or, like, we know each other in the real world. Because I feel like there's a way that the virtual world can seem real, but not actually be real. So I don't try to like really like invest myself into people that I've never met face to face and whom I don't know on a like deeper, more intimate level. Just because I think I know them because I watch their content doesn't mean I actually know them, right? Like if they were actually going through something deep, the person they will call is their parents, their friends, their moms, not me. That's like all the way over here, wherever I am, compared to where they are, right? Like you don't know where I live, you don't know anything about my life. So like I just feel like just in general, I'm talking as a person who like consumes content online. I feel like there's ways in which we feel like because we watch somebody's content, we know them and we can talk about their life or make comments about what they should or should not be doing and how they should live their life. And I just feel like nobody has that power. Like even my mom and my dad who gave birth to me and fed me and raised me, they can't tell me what to do, what not to do. So then YouTube comments can be that, right? So I just want to set this community guidelines just to set like a basis so that like this is a healthy relationship, right? Like I feel like people don't do that enough where it's like, this is what I expect from you, this is what you can expect from me, and then let's move on going forward. And if you're no longer satisfied with what you can expect from me or those expectations change, then let's talk about it. But like it's not going to be a case where like you people will just be coming and will just be posting whatever you want to post and like just saying, giving unsolicited opinions. Like if anybody like doesn't adhere to this background, this like guidelines, I will probably block you, mute you, delete your comments, all these kinds of things. And it seems very hostile. I get it. Like you don't know me. I'm not even famous yet, and yet I'm putting all these guidelines. But actually, I think it's to protect myself, but also to protect you because I feel like I was at a concert. I went to Adekunle Gold's concert. I was literally like at the front, and I was like, wow. Because I've listened to his music for so long, I feel like I know him so well, right? And I just thought, oh my God, he's not looking at me. He's not looking at me. And I'm like, bro, this is one man that is singing to like thousands of people. He cannot focus on you the entire time, right? So there's a way where you feel like a celebrity is one person, right? Or like a famous person is one person. And because so many of us have access to that person, we feel like they should really like be focused on us and look at us and think about us highly when it's like, bro, they don't know you. Like you listen to their music, so what? You watch my videos, so what? Like you don't know me. You don't actually know me. And more importantly, I don't actually know you. So like when we don't know each other on such a level, why would you feel like you can give me advice on my life? Or why would I feel like I can give you advice on your life, right? Like I'm never going to come on this YouTube channel and be like, this is what I think you should do in order to be rich, or this is what I think you should do in order to be smart. Like I'm here to share my experiences with you. Take what you take and leave what you leave, right? But like I just want to make that clear because I feel like just the internet world can be really, really toxic, and I'm actually like really scared of becoming famous or like becoming like well known or having like millions of followers, because I feel like that's like a kind of responsibility that like I don't think I want to carry. Like I really like enjoy my privacy. It's really important to me. Like most people in my life don't know what is going on in my life until after it has happened, and I'm telling them like, oh yeah, I did that, I got that, I'm done that, right? Like literally my mom would be like, oh, when are you doing something? I'd be like, I don't know. When I'm doing it, I'm doing it. But then like 2 months later I'd be like, yeah, I got that. And she'd be like, how come you did not tell us? I'm just like, I don't know. You didn't need to know. It never came up. Now you know. Like you, if you ask, I tell you. But like, I'm not just going to be sharing information just helter skelter, right? And I feel like once you put yourself in the public forum, there's ways in which people think, oh, you're in the public forum now, so like rules about privacy and rules about like courtesy and understanding don't like apply to you somehow. So I just don't want that to be the case. Anyway, quick ramble. Let's just get started because I guess I feel like I was too serious then, but like I want to start out this channel in a very healthy way so that like this does not come and affect my mental health. I'm going through a lot in my life. I'm not YouTube is supposed to be like an outlet, a place of enjoyment, a place of fun, a place where I get to like just really be myself. So like I can't afford for with all the actual things that are going on in my life to come and add YouTube as another problem, another burden on top of my head, you understand? So anyway, you get to know me, right? You get to know me. If I do more videos, you see me, you will hear me, you'll know where I live or whatever. But like right now, let's just talk about like the foundations of how we're starting this channel and go from there, you know? So, okay. So I'm gonna start. The first disclaimer, the first community guideline is that this is a very unserious channel. I'm reading from my iPad, so if my eyes are coming down, that's why. This is a very unserious channel. We are here for fun, for laughs, for gist, for stupid and unpopular opinions, and smart and should be popular opinions, right? So like, I don't want you guys to take like the things I say seriously, like too seriously. Like I want you to take everything I say with like a grain of salt. Like I'm talking about my experience, and I have a very niche experience. Like I'm a Nigerian who's also a Canadian, who's also a woman, you know, who also identifies as like so many different things. So like all those things are basically lenses with which I see the world, right? Like so my experience as a Nigerian shapes how I think of the world. My experience as a Canadian shapes how I think of the world. My skin color, all these things, they shape how I see the world, which will be very different from how you see the world. Like my religious background has an effect in how I take in my experiences and how I see what people are saying. So when I say something, I feel like take it with a grain of salt and then go do your own research, right? Like you can't, even when somebody's an expert on something, like, and I'm not an expert on anything, I've not gotten any degrees, but even when somebody's an expert on something, like you take what they say as an opinion and then you form your own opinion. You go do your research. You like, if somebody says, oh, HIV is bad, okay, yeah, maybe, I don't know. Like, I don't, like, if you don't know anything about HIV, you can't just like say, oh, yes, you're right, and then move on with your life. You go, you research HIV, what is it, how is it transmitted, all these kinds of things, and then you like, okay, I agree with your opinion, I agree with that, that's a fact, whatever. You know, like, I think some things are facts for sure, and some things are opinions, right? And everything for me is an opinion until I've researched and proved that it is a fact, right? So if somebody just says a random thing like Black Lives Matter, I'm like, I mean, from a basic English perspective, what does that even mean? Like Black Lives Matter, right? Like black people matter, and what is a black person, right? Like, is that based on skin tone? Is that based on where you're from in the continent? Like, because I'm from Nigeria, right? And we don't consider ourselves black people. We consider ourselves Nigerians or Africans or whatever. But then African Americans and African Canadians, they consider themselves as black Canadians or black Americans, right? So like when they're talking about Black Lives Matter, are they talking about me as a Nigerian, or are they talking about like a specific like set of people in a specific country, right? Like, and even when you're talking about Black Lives Matter, is it even a Canadian topic, right? Like it's very much usually an American topic, like because of how like polarizing that country is, right? So like I just feel like there's ways in which like everything you hear you need to filter and you need to do further research and form an opinion about whether you think something is a fact and something is an opinion, and whether you agree with the opinion, right? Like facts are not some things that you agree or disagree with. You cannot believe it. The sun is the sun. The sun is light. The sun sustains. The sun makes the world go round. All these things are like facts. Like the moon comes out at night. That is a fact. That's not something that you can be like, oh, I believe the moon comes out at night. I don't believe the moon comes out at night, right? My point is that like, I don't want you guys to take me too seriously. I don't want you guys to take this channel too seriously. Like sometimes I'll post, sometimes I won't post. Like don't come with great grand, oh, she will tell us the tea and everything will just be perfect. don't do that. Like I'm just here to have a good time. That's basically, that was that. That was a long spiel, but that's basically it, right? Next one. I will not edit. If you came here for cinematic brilliance, just be going. Please, I beg. That's my Nigerian coming out right there. YouTube literally cannot pay me enough to edit because I just think it's a waste of time that I cannot get back. So like the most important thing to me in the world, the most important currency to me is time. More than money, more than anything is time. Because time is the thing that like once it's spent, you cannot get it back. No matter what, I cannot get today back. All the time I spent making this YouTube channel, sleeping, waking up, like it's gone forever and I don't have any more time that I can retrieve. I just have the time going forward. I can die tomorrow and that's the end, right? So like I don't like to edit. I have a podcast as well and I don't ever edit my podcasts because I feel like life is one of those things that you can't edit. Like life is uneditable. So like why should I edit my content, right? Like if you see me in life and I say something that you disagree with, we're going to have to talk about it. I can't just say, oh, yeah, sorry, scratch that. Like, I didn't say that. Like, just ignore that I ever said that and let's just move on like I didn't say that. No, once you've said something, it has changed something in the world. Like, every action has an equal opposite reaction, right? Just basic physics, right? So, like, when you make a mistake in life, like if you marry the wrong person, if you date the wrong person, if you take the wrong course in university, like, and you fail, you know, you have done it. You can't like wipe it off. Like you can even say, like, your school can even say, oh, yeah, we didn't put that in her resume or in her transcript, but like, you know, you took that course. The people that your teacher knows you took that course, like you took the course, you failed it, that's that. It's part of like your life experience now. You can't get rid of it. Like, so even when we make mistakes, even when we do things wrong, we can't like wash it away and just be like, oh yeah, I'm clean now, like that never happened, I'm never going to even think about that, because it has affected you some way or another, and that thing is just going to be a thing that is in your life. And instead of pretending that it's not there, why don't you just accept that it is there and then figure out how to move forward and do better next time, right? So like, I feel like editing is one of those things where like people remove things that they don't want you to see and leave things that they want you to see. And by the way, I this is like vlog editing and YouTube editing specifically. Like, I mean, obviously in films, you can't have everything. You cut and shape what you want people to see in order to send a specific message, right? Like, so I understand the place for editing. I don't like it, and so therefore I don't want to do it. So I'm not saying that it's unimportant. I'm just saying I think it's antithetical to actual life, and I don't know why I should have to do it just because people say people should do it. Like, I'm one of those people who like, I will not do something because you said I should do it. I will do it because I want to, or I won't do it because I don't want to, right? So I'm not editing. So if my videos are long or long-winded and that bothers you, you should probably leave or like skip the past that you're just like, she's ranting, she's annoying me, I don't want to watch it, you know? Like, I'm not making YouTube videos that you come and be taking down notes of every word I say. Like, you can be watching my YouTube video and be doing laundry. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, you don't need to hear every word. You don't need to listen to every action. You can take what you want to take and leave the rest. You can watch the first 5 minutes and be like, okay, I don't care. You can watch the last 10 minutes and be like, this is all I need, you know? Like, and I'll try, I guess, now that I'm saying that, to do like a timeline of like, this is what I talked about here, this is what I talked about here. So you can go and find and pick and choose what you want to listen to. But I won't edit my videos. It's not a thing that I do. I just don't enjoy it. Also, like YouTube, nobody can pay me enough, honestly. First of all, time. Time cannot equal money for me, right? Like, I don't think that if I give you an hour of my time and you give me $20, that's a fair trade, because I can make $20 in quicker times. Like, I can just ask my mom for $20 and she give me $20 in a second. That's 30 seconds that I got that $20. If I work for you and get $20, that's not equal exchange. Now, I'm not going to get into the mathematics of why you should not trade your time for money and how you should figure out ways to get money without wasting too much of your time. But my point is that, like, what's the point of me editing 2 hours for a 20-minute video? YouTube will not pay me for the 2 hours I edited. YouTube will pay me for the 20-minute video that I posted and how that runs in the algorithm, right? So like, this is not about whether YouTube pays me or not, because I'm not even at the point where YouTube is paying me, right? But if they ever did, they would never pay me for how much time I spent editing. They would only pay me for the product that I put out, right? Like, you don't get paid for your education or like all the other things that you bring to the table. Those are things that you probably you probably paid somebody to educate you and then now you're using your education, right? But like, when you go to work, nobody cares about your background, your education, whatever you did, what you did not do. They just care about the work that they told you to do and if you do it well, right? So like, YouTube is paying me for what I put out, not how much time I spend editing. So I really don't want to edit if I don't have to. So yeah, if that's something that bothers you, you should probably, you know, go away. I'm saying that in the most polite way possible. Like, because I'm one of those people that I don't understand why people stay to argue when you can just leave. Like, if you don't like somebody's opinion, if you don't like the way somebody makes videos, if you don't like what people are saying, I mean, first of all, I think you should listen to it and find the validity. But like, I think you can just leave. Like, why do you have to comment about it? Why do you have to tell them and make your opinion known to them when it doesn't matter to you, right? Like, if I'm saying something and you don't like what I'm saying, then leave. Why are you telling me you don't like what I'm saying? Like, did I ask you for your opinion? Was this an opinion? Like, are we having a discussion? No or no. Like, I'm literally posting our product and you're listening to what you want to listen to. And like, YouTube has so many videos, so many like people, personalities that are making videos. Like, if you don't like one, you find another one. Like, why put yourself through the torture of listening to something or doing something you don't like just so you can say you don't like it? Like I never understood that, right? Like Cardi B and all those people are right when they say like you literally listen to my content, you literally buy my product, buy my music just so you can tell me you don't like it. Like I'm making money regardless. Like if you don't like something, stop listening to it. Like stop watching my videos. Like why are you coming here saying I don't like your video and you keep watching my video? Like I don't mind if you watch my video, it's great for the algorithm, but like I don't understand why you waste your time watching somebody you don't like just to tell them that you don't like them. Like yeah, so that anyway, so yeah, I'm really not going to put any effort into making this a beautiful channel. Like I've bought a decent camera, I have decent sound. That's really the basic requirement here. So and based on my watching of YouTube, that's really all that matters. If you can see the person clearly and if their audio is good, everything else is fancy and extra. And I even appreciate people doing all these fun transitions. I'm just not going to do it. That's what I'm saying. Okay, next one. So this is the third one. Let me go over. First, on Serious channel, we're just here for vibes. Second, I will not edit. I don't edit my videos. Third, do not expect consistency. You will get what you get when you get it. Are you getting me? Right? Like, see how many gets I said? Like, you get what you get when you get it. If you get me. You see? So, like consistency is one of those things that I'm really, like, working hard on in my life. Like, trying to do something that I need to do consistently. Like, going to the gym every 4 days or writing every day, sleeping, all these things. I'm working on being consistent. And it's hard work for me because like I really get bored very easily. But while I'm working on that in my life, I don't think I have to do it on YouTube. Like now, they say if you want to be successful on YouTube, you should post consistently. Whether that's every 2 days, every day, every week, every 2 weeks, whatever. Like the more consistent you are, the better you do. Now, I get that. Like I understand the rudimentary foundational explanation, but I don't care. Like, I can't do things that add stress to my life. So, like, if it's like I'm going about my day, like YouTube is not my job. I'm doing YouTube for fun, literally for fun. Fun means you do it because you enjoy it. And if I start saying, oh, I must put out a video on Sunday, that just breeds anxiety. Like setting goals, it breeds anxiety. And some anxiety is what, like, going through. Some stress is worth it. Like, I said I want to graduate from school. It breeds a lot of anxiety and stress. But, like, it's worth it if I graduate, I guess. That was a bad example because I really don't care about school that much. But my mom cares about it and I care about my mom. And so, like, it's worth it for me to give her something that she really wants, which is graduate from school and just make sure that all the money she spends on my education is not wasted, all of that, right? So doing something that's stressful because of the, like, gain in the long run, I see that, right? But, like, YouTube is not one of those. I'm doing this because it's fun. I'm doing it for the moment while I enjoy it. If YouTube becomes something I no longer enjoy, I promise you I'll stop doing it that day, right? And I just know that, like, if I'm saying, oh, I have to post every day, because, like, my week is not, like, consistent. My days are not consistent. Like, I'm in school right now, which means school sort of determines my schedule, which means I can go 6 weeks having nothing to do, and then just, like, the last 2 weeks, all of a sudden, I have, like, 500 assignments due. Like, so, like, like, if I'm going, the 6 weeks, I'm, like, obviously posting consistently, right? But then the 2 weeks when I have, like, 500 things to do, like, YouTube is going to fall by the wayside because YouTube, I'm not spending $40,000 to go to YouTube. Like, YouTube is a free app, The places where I'm spending $600 per course in university, spending over $10,000 to learn, that is the place where I'm going to focus my energy, right? So, like, I just don't want you guys to think, oh my God, yeah, she's going to post every week. I'm not going to make those kinds of promises because I don't think right now that I can fulfill them. If there's ever a time I can fulfill them, maybe I'll say that. But, like, don't have expectations of consistency. Like, oh my God, every Sunday she'll post or every day she'll post. Just, I mean, when you're scrolling on YouTube, just stop by and be like, oh, there's a new video. Great. I mean, if you subscribe, if you get a notification, if you subscribe and have the notifications, they'll probably tell you when I have a new video, right? But it's not going to be consistent. Like, you just randomly come and you randomly see a video, and that randomness might even be consistent, but it'll be very much random. Like, if I feel like it, I will do it. This is one of those things where, like, I'm not going to do it because I have to. I'm not going to do it to form a sort of, like, consistency. I'm just doing it because I want to. And if I don't want to, then I won't do it. Like, so I can post a video today and not post one for the next 6 months. Such is life, right? Like, why does it bother you? It's not like you're paying my bills, or like you're concerned about whether YouTube will pay my bills or not. I all of a sudden feel like my period has come and I'm bleeding on my chair. My period is supposed to have come like 2 days ago and it hasn't come. But sorry, being a girl is one of those tricky things. But yeah, I think my period has come. But I'm going to finish this video before I do that, because the first day is not that big a deal, so I'm not going to lose my mind. But also because, like I said, I don't want to have to edit this video. So, Anyway, next one, number 4. Do not have expectations. I will disappoint them. I feel like in the consistency, in the unseriousness of this channel, in the I will not edit part, like, it's kind of obvious at this point that, like, you should not have any expectations. Like, I literally wrote, don't have expectations, I will disappoint them. Ask my parents. Literally, my parents, they wanted me to go to my local school. They want me to become a doctor. They've wanted so many things from me. They wanted me to have graduated from university by now, and I've disappointed all their expectations. At this point, my parents really, they don't expect much from me. They just really support me now. They're like, you know what? These grades are disgusting, but like, at least you did it, right? Like, so my parents are like, they've literally, I've showed them who I am so much now that they don't say, oh, do this. It's now begging. They're just like, if you could please go to church on Sunday, that would be awesome. Like, they don't say, oh, you have to go to church on Sunday, I expect you to do. They don't, because I've disappointed their expectations so many times. So that's what I'm saying here again. Don't have expectations of how I will present myself. You see me as a black person and you think, oh, I must be interested in this, that, or the other thing. Don't have those expectations. Don't have those assumptions. Just take what I give you and do with it what you will. If you're having a good time here, have a good time and then go about your life. If you're not having a good time, then leave, right? Like, so don't have expectations that I will post consistently. Don't have expectations that I will edit. Don't have expectations that, like, you will tell me, like, oh, please, Elizabeth, talk about this. Oh, I didn't introduce myself, guys. My bad. Okay, sorry. Oh, well, I said I wasn't doing a regular YouTube channel, but whatever. My name is Ileko Shisile Agbara Oluwawole. Short Shile. I'm in Canada, so people call me Elizabeth here. And Balogunga is like my social media online personality. So those 4 different names. And one of these days, maybe I'll do a whole spiel of how my parents named me and all sorts of things. But, like, that's my name, just so you know. Because I just realized that I never told you guys that. Sorry, you people. I don't like to say guys because I feel like, sorry, I go to school, women's and gender studies. It affects the brain. But I don't like to say guys because I feel like it's exclusive to certain peoples. But, yeah. Anyway, don't have any expectations. I will disappoint them. So, like that is to say, like, if you post like, oh, Shile, let's talk about this, that, and the other thing. Like, maybe I'll talk about it, maybe I won't. Maybe, like, and I'll try to tell you, like, if I talk about something or if I don't, right? But if you say I should do something and I don't do it, don't be disappointed because you're not dictating my life. Right? Like, you're not dictating what I do on YouTube. You can make suggestions, but I don't have to take your suggestions. Like, that's the thing about advice that people don't get. Like, you can give advice and you can give really good advice, but the person that you're giving that advice to mustn't take it. Like, you can take a horse to the stream, but you cannot make it drink water. If it doesn't want to drink water, you're not going to make it, right? So it's one of those things where, like, oh, accent change. It's one of those things where, like, you can suggest things. You can definitely say what you think and your opinions, but, like, I don't have to take your opinions to heart and do anything about it. Like, my parents advise me every day from morning to night, and I'm just like, cool. This video is getting a little long. But yeah, there's 2 more. There's 2 more and then I'm done. And then that's the end of the video. So if you are tired, bye. Come back later. Also, like, I'm going to post it, I believe, at the beginning and maybe at the end again, just so you can, like, read through it. Like, if you read through it, it's no more than 30 seconds because I'm explaining every single one. So that you really get, like, why I chose it, what it's for, whether you really agree with it and you want to keep with me and listening to me and stuff, right? Okay. Next one. I will not ask you to like, share, and subscribe. So keep your opinions to yourself unless I ask. Thank you. I feel like we're getting here, right? Isn't that clear? So the thing about like YouTube and YouTubers is that like a lot of them are not on YouTube just for fun. Like a lot of YouTubers are really like, this is their career, this is their life, this is how they earn their bread and butter, this is what pays their rent, all sorts of things. There might be a point in my life where YouTube can pay my rent. Doesn't mean that it will, right? Like so YouTube for me is not like my main job. It is for it the most it can be is like what they call it um what's that thing, side income, like yeah, that's the most it can be. It can just be like passive income. That's, I knew it was there. It can be passive income, like, like because like the consistency in which YouTube pays, the way I understand YouTube, if I need to pay rent this month, YouTube might not be ready for that, right? So like YouTube for me is not a main job. It doesn't pay my bills. I have a main job and I will continue to have a main job. My main job in the world will probably change very often, but I don't think it will ever be YouTube. YouTube is always going to be a side thing, a thing that I do for fun, a thing I do when I can, when I have time, when I have something to share that is worth sharing, like when I want to be creative, when I want to laugh, I make other people laugh, those kinds of things. But like, it's never going to be the main focus of my attention. YouTube is not like my purpose in life or anything like that. So because of that, because of how little energy, like I'm telling you, that I'm going to put into this channel, I'm not going to expect you guys to like, share, subscribe, so that the algorithm will pay me, and so that like you can push my content, and so that I can get more money and all of that. Like, the goal of my YouTube is not to be famous, is not to have millions of followers. I mean, that'd be nice, sure, but like, it's not really my goal. My goal is really just to do it and to enjoy doing it and to have a great experience and to build a community that like is worthy of being called a community, which means we love each other, we understand each other, we get each other, we have like great impact on one another, but not like because you're my bread and butter and you need to help me so that I can pay my rent. That's not what it is. Like, it'd be nice if YouTube can pay my rent. Like, if your side gig starts doing more than your main gig, like, that's cute, but like, it's not like the goal, right? So therefore, I won't ask you guys, I won't come and be like, oh, like, share and subscribe. And because I'm not asking you guys to do anything, because like YouTube is free for the most part, and you literally come on here, watch what you want and leave, then I feel like you shouldn't come and be telling me your opinions. Like, if I did ask for something, like, you're not helping me to pay my bills. You're not helping me to push my YouTube channel to other people. You're not helping the algorithm in any way, shape or form. Like, you don't have to, that is. And I won't ask you to. So therefore, you shouldn't be just stating your opinions and be like, do this, do that, stop doing that, don't do that. Why is that person doing? Don't be sharing unsolicited opinions that are just not asked for. Like, if I ask for your advice, that's one thing. If I say, oh guys, I want to post about this or this, like, tell me what you would like, that's different. But if you just want to come on here and just be like, oh, I don't like the way you're talking, I don't like the way you're dressing, I don't like your hair, I don't like, is it necessary? Must you waste your time in this way? Like, why? Yeah. So that means that if I ignore your comments because I didn't ask for it, then you should not be offended. I mean, you can be offended if you like, but you shouldn't be, because I'm literally coming on here being super straightforward about what you can expect from me, what I can expect from you. And so like, if you're not like, by continuing to watch my YouTube videos, you're tacitly I lost my English. You're basically you're saying, yes, you're signing the contract. By continuing to watch my YouTube, even after I told you these are my terms, you are saying that you agree with my terms. Like, if you disagree with my terms, you should stop watching my content, right? So if you continue to watch my content, then you've agreed with my terms. So then when I enforce the law of which my terms are placed, you should not be like angry or offended. I mean, you know what? People's emotions are people's emotions. Like, if you want to go and shade me on Instagram or TikTok or Snapchat, that's truly your business, right? Like, I'm doing what I want to do, so obviously you can do what you want to do. I'm just saying, like, why bother when I told you not to? And when you are not in any way adding any value to my life. Like you're not doing anything for me. So why do you think that I should do something for you by listening to your opinion? Because that's what I'm doing. Like by paying attention to you, I'm giving you my time, I'm giving you my attention. Why should I give my attention when you're not doing anything for me? Right? Like there are people that probably would like my comment, will like give me good information and I'll listen to them and take their opinions. But if I don't take your opinion, I don't think you should be offended by that. Right? But you can be if you want to, Free world, free world. Last one, very last one. And then I really need to go and put a pad on. And you see, the annoying thing is that, like, I can stand up now and go and find out that my period actually did not start. That would be the most annoying part. That would really be the most annoying part. Because you think that it has started. You feel like, oh my God, I'm peeing myself. And then you go to the bathroom and nothing happened. And I'm just like, thanks for that. So that's why I haven't stopped my YouTube channel, because and if you have a problem with me talking about my period, you really shouldn't be here. Like, this is not in the disclaimer and this is not in the community guideline, but really, why are you here? You shouldn't be here. I'm a woman. I literally have it once a month, every month for 6 days, like literally for a week, every month in the year, every year. I have my period. So if you don't think it's going to come up at least once to a 500 times, then you're really an unserious person, and I don't get you. Like, boy or girl, like I really don't get you. And if you're uncomfortable with it, another reason to not be here. Cool. Anyway, I'm a very unserious person. Yes, I am. Like, you can tell from the fact that this is an unserious channel that the recipient and the person that is hosting the channel is a very unserious person. Like, I'm really here just to entertain myself and have fun and have a good time. And so, like, I really don't take myself too seriously. Like, I'm going on about this community guidelines. I'm being like, 36 minutes, Jesus Christ. I'm being very, very firm. And my battery's about to die about what I want and what I don't want. But, like, I'm very, very unserious. This is probably the most serious this video is going to be. And after this, it won't be serious anymore. But I just think that the foundation is important. The foundation, the starting of anything, has to have thought placed into it so that it's a strong foundation and the building does not collapse. Anyway, that's it. Thank you. Have a great rest of your day. My battery is about to die. Bye. Okay. Done. I'm done. I'm literally done. Okay. That was great.